What is going on today, guys? Sticks10 here, and today we are taking a look at some more Sinister Cup battles. We've got, right off the bat, we've got Alolan Marowak versus Steelix. Now, right now, my Alolan Marowak is not running Fire Spin. That would make this matchup different. However, unfortunately, I'm not running that, so that makes this a winnable matchup for Steelix. Keep that in mind, guys. Fire Spin is actually a fairly good move. We'll dive in the next video. We'll dive a little deeper into Alolan Marowak and look at how it changes some of its matchups. You're going to see later on in this video that one of my opponents does run a Fire Spin Marowak, and it does change some of those matchups drastically. So here we go. We bring out our Poliwrath. I'm still testing out Poliwrath and seeing if it's any good in this cup still. Struggling a little bit with it. Like, the pups are good because it starts building up the energy, but it's just not doing a whole lot damage itself, which is fine against the ghost because it wasn't really doing a whole lot to begin with, and the bubbles are where most of your damage was coming from. And you can see he brings in his Girafarig here, and that's going to do quite a bit to my Drifloon. Girafarig did get an upgrade, guys, with Psychic, getting a substantial buff. So that is another Pokemon we're going to look at again, and see if it is risen in the rankings. In my opinion, it has, just because now it actually has a useful second move. Before, it was just Thunderbolt. Still don't know if you're going to need to unlock a second move, but we'll test it out and see how it does. Now, this is an interesting matchup here. We've got Medicham versus Bronzong. He swaps out to Claydol, and we're going to swap out ourselves to Alolan Marowak. This is one matchup where Hex going to build up that energy a little faster than Fire Spin, and we're doing super effective damage with that Hex. He does have to block there. We did throw Bone Club to shield bait, and then he hits an Earth Power. We do decide to block that. Don't want to go down too quickly, and then we're going to hit a Shadow Ball here. See if he can double shield, or if he's going to let it go through. He will faint. There, I could have just hit a Bone Club, I guess, and let it go through. But that's okay. We're going to hit a Bone Club here. If I would have hit the Bone Club the second time as well, and then hit a Shadow Ball, but that's okay. We did get it down pretty low there, and so our Medicham's going to come back in, farm up some energy, hit this last another power-up punch, be enough to knock it out, and then we have to hit 2, so we're +2 on our attack. So we swap into Steelix. He's going to hit. I think this is going to be Bone Club. Honestly, that wasn't enough moves to get anything else. Bone Club, he swaps out to Bronzong, which tells me at this point Steelix is the way I'm going to win, because he has Hex on his Marowak. So this is a winnable matchup for me. I am going to need a shield here. It's actually Psychic, not the recommended move, I don't think, at least. It takes a little bit more energy and does just a little bit more. It has a better DPE, but that 10 extra energy means an extra confusion or so. So that definitely, I still think Psyshock is the best move for Bronzong. He may have just been testing out to see. They must have been testing out to see how Psychic was on Bronzong, but I still think Psyshock is the way to go, guys, on that. Alolan Marowak comes out, going to be able to knock out my Steelix. But here, we've got our Medicham with Psychic. That's going to be able to knock out the Alolan Marowak. Now, if I was running it with Ice Punch, obviously that wouldn't be enough, and I would just have to pup my way to the victory, and I wouldn't have, probably. So I think it is important to have, just depending on your team comp, to have some other options besides Psychic, or besides Pup and Ice Punch on your Medicham for this particular tournament. Now here, Alolan Raichu. This is going to be a win for Alolan Raichu unless I double shield. And I don't want to commit that many shields to my Medicham. I just wanted to get some damage off here. I didn't want to give him switch advantage. because I could have swapped, honestly, to Steelix, but it would have just made him swap immediately to probably a fighter. So I might as well just stay in. You can see Alolan Raichu's pretty far down. Had to use a move to knock me out. And so Steelix comes in, able to farm up some energy on that Alolan Raichu. He decides to let Raichu fall there, and then brings in Bastiodon. So this is a great position for us to be in. I'm gonna crunch here to try to bait a shield. He does have 2 shields. Likely he would shield there since he has 2, and I had powered all the way up to an Earthquake. And then here I am gonna hit the Earthquake at this point, and he decides not to double shield his Bastiodon, probably fearing that I was gonna do another crunch there to bait the last shield. And we're able to drop that Bastiodon. You can see Steelix could take a flamethrower, guys. So we hit a crunch here against this Haunter, and that's gonna get the shield there, and we've got another crunch ready to go already. So great amount of energy there from the Bastiodon, which was allowed us to get that victory. So GG's there. Very good matches. I definitely could have played that a little differently, but did end up fine. Now here's the fire spin, Alolan Marowak, and I actually switch in. I'm so used to Hex that I just automatically switched into Steelix. I kind of want to see what it's going to do. You can see Bone Club. There we go. We're going to hit a crunch. He's going to have to shield this. It would have dropped him quite a ways, but he's able to get another Bone Club off. And that fire spin, you can see, guys, it's just tanking. It's taking me down pretty quick. This is going to be Bone Club, and that's going to be the end of my Steelix. Oh no, my Steelix does survive, just barely able to get off one more crunch. And he actually double shielded, so I do have shield advantage now. We come back out with our own Alolan Marowak. He decides to switch into his own Steelix. Then I hit the Shadow Ball here. That does about half of his health. And then here, I'm going to shield, but that's a tough position. I don't know if I should have shielded there or not, or just allowed Alolan Marowak to drop. Or it would have dropped it. I should have probably saved that shield, guys. Because here comes Haunter. And then at this point, I'm not able to get to another move. So that's going to be a problem. Shadow Punch finishes me off. Medicham comes in. And then here is Alolan Marowak. Going to finish me off with the Shadow Ball. So GG, well played. I did have charge moves ready to go, and so that was a lot of wasted energy, but I don't think it would have mattered anyway. So here's Gallade versus Poliwrath. You see that Confusion's tanking pretty hard. Should have probably got out there a little faster. Steelix comes in. I'm able to get a Ominous Wind, I think is what I hit. Yeah, Ominous Wind off. Hoping just for that boost, guys. Like, honestly, we're not in a great position here. So, we're gonna... Oh, it does actually survive. It is pretty bulky. Driploom is pretty bulky, so it does allow us to survive and hit another Ominous Wind, taking Steelix down pretty far. Poliwrath comes back in, hits a pup. You can see how little this pup does now, guys. Like, doesn't even take down Steelix all the way. And I wasted his shield there. Like, that was dumb of me. Now at this point I have to shield if I want to survive the Leaf Blade, but I decide just to fall. I'm not in a good position. And Gallade, and why I didn't shield there, guys, is I wanted to save the shield for Steelix. But he hits a Leaf Blade, and he gets another Leaf Blade here right away. Leaf Blade does, you can see it chunks it down pretty good. I'm going to be able to drop him. I have a fully loaded Earthquake. The problem's going to be that he has 2 shields and I have none, and he has 2 Pokemon remaining. We hit the crunch. Honestly, that was a mistake on my part again. I should have just farmed up some energy. But honestly, at this point, it is GG's. Like, there's nothing I can really do. He still has another shield and already got to his charge move there. That's why I want to look at Fire Spin Marowak a little bit more in the next video. So guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that business below. And then as always, guys, keep on battling.